Yo, what up, YouTube? It's Ra. And let me holler at you real quick. Express, don't suppress. Suppression all your emotions isn't going to get you anywhere. See, here's the thing. Sometimes it's okay to let that anger out, but let it out in a healthy way. Let it out little by little. A lot of you guys let it build up, myself included. You let it build up until you explode, till you self-destruct. If you let it out in a healthy way and use healthy alternatives to get that anchor out and understand your emotions and why you're feeling them, you'll be able to stay on the grind, stay on the journey without losing all your progress. Express, don't suppress. A lot of people think as weakness or, you're giving people ammunition when you express yourself. It's not the fact that you're expressing yourself, it's how you're doing it and who you're doing it with. See, you meet somebody and you have a cool conversation, you think they're cool, and you spill your guts to them. You let everybody know, you trauma dump on them. That's the issue. Trauma dumping, people pleasing, and spilling your guts to everybody, to anyone and anyone who will listen. Just because they'll listen doesn't mean they hearing you, but they not listening really. They're not even listening, just hearing what you're saying. So you do that, and then it comes back to bite you, and you think, wow, I should have never said anything. That's not the right way to go. Because now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to take the ideology to your family, your friends, and people that care about you. And now you have a person who, a loved one or, partner who actually cares about you, wants to hear what you're saying, but you're shutting them out. And now they're in a position where they feel like they can't help you. And now there's this wall wedged in between them, and you're ruining your relationships, and you isolate yourself from them, but they just want to help you. You're harming the relationship. In order to build a connection, you have to show vulnerability. You have to take accountability. You have to show love in order to be loved. That's the whole thing. But if you're suppressing everything, eventually things are going to boil out of control, and you're going to, let all your anger and project all your anger onto them, when that person that was there for you was the only person that actually wanted to listen. They didn't just hear you, they listened, they cared. They really did care. But you have this wall built up, and you have this force field around you that showing it as weak. Everyone's caught up in wanting to be strong. The issue is that whether your strength isn't just aggression. A lot of people only think strength is just conquering another person or conquering something or persevering something, but being able to be like, yo, when you said that, when you did this, that made me feel a certain type of way. When this happened, when that happened, I felt this way. That's showing strength too. That's showing courage that you're able to be direct with how you feel and talk to that person. It's not about what you're doing, it's the scene. What's the scene? What tone are you setting? Where are you when you're doing this? Who are you doing this with? It's not that you're doing it, it's who you're doing it with and when you're doing it. Yes, you can't do it to everybody, but here's the thing. Not only you shouldn't, but you shouldn't want to. Everybody doesn't deserve that from you. Everyone doesn't deserve to see that side of you. Express, don't suppress. Find those people that are willing to listen to you and actually care about you. The problem is that you're moving out of the mindset of desperation. See, the reason why you put yourself in the position where you think you have to suppress is because you are afraid of being alone, so you surrounded yourself with people that made you feel like you had to suppress. So, of course you feel that way. You've never been around anyone that you could express yourself with because you didn't do the soul searching. You didn't take that time alone in the wilderness because you were afraid to do that because of what you might see. Because when you go in the wilderness, you're only faced with yourself. You're faced with you. You have to face those demons now, and you didn't want to face them. So you distracted yourself with anyone and anyone and everyone who will listen to you because you were afraid. Because once you go in that wilderness, once you go into that heart of hearts, once you face those memories that you deleted from your brain, they're still there. Your brain remembers everything, but the brain protects itself. Your mind, body, and soul protects itself from things it doesn't want to face. So, you have these untapped memories that it like put in like a save log that it does you don't want to face it, because if you remember those untapped memories, they get untapped and now they're just regular memories. Now you have to deal with all that trauma now, so you distract yourself. People made you feel like you wanted to suppress. Then they show you why you suppressed in the first place, and now you're acting surprised. These are the people that you surrounded yourself with. Of course you can't. You finally felt confident enough to express yourself with these people, and then this inevitable occurred. That's not on them. You know why? Because they were like that when you met them. You just didn't want to believe it. And now you have this mentality of, see, everyone's like that. No, you keep surrounding yourself with the same people and the same thing happens and you wonder why it happened to begin with. You need to go in the wilderness. And when you come out of the wilderness, then you'll be able to, you'll have those boundaries set. You'll have that way about you where you're not going to accept anything or settle for anything less than what you deserve. And once you do that, no matter who you're around, no matter who you're talking to, no matter who you have in your life, they won't make you feel that way because you did the inner work to weed out those people that did that to you in the first place. Understand this. A lot of people say it is what it is, but it isn't. It doesn't have to be this way. There's always another way. There's always a different direction. There's always a different path that you can take. You just have to be aware and self-aware of the challenges that different path might have, that it might take. Understand that. Believe that. It doesn't have to be this way. A lot of times we made it this way and we don't want to deal with the consequences. But facing them is better than laying in that pit of despair. You know how people say you made that bed, lie in it? Change the sheets. Buy a new bed. Buy a new house. Leave the state. Leave the country. And I don't mean that in a literal sense, unless you want to. But I mean is, you might have to lie in it for now. But you don't have to stay in it forever. Nothing lasts forever. Eventually, our bodies will transcend. Eventually, we will, our energy will leave this earth. So you might as well take care of yourself and put yourself first while you're here. But hey, it's Rye. Like, comment, subscribe if you like and if you're new. And you got this, homie. It's already yours.